Well, anytime you take wool, which is sheep hair, it has little scales on it, and if you get it hot with some soap and agitated, it's going to felt. It's going to get dense. If you've ever
In other words, if you mistakenly
put
it in the water.
I have a teenage daughter, and there's several beautiful sweaters that she's destroyed by doing her own laundry, and I just basically end up trying to make stuff out of them.
That's great. But now, if I wanted to actually make felt, how do I do that? Just put it in water?
What I would do is you can do it by hand, and I think you've done that before on the show. But the easy, fast way, if you've got a really big sweater like this, that's a lot of work, right?
It is.
So you take something like
it's a pretty
this,
sweater.
and it's assuming like it's got a moth hole in it or something like that. Then you throw it in the washing machine hot. Maybe put in some flip-flops or sneakers, some tennis balls to beat it up, and let it go on the longest wash possible. Take it out, throw it in the tumble dryer on a nice long hot run, and then when you take it out, take a look at the fibers. And if they've really disappeared and it looks more like this, then it's ready to use.
Look at that.
And if not, just put it through the washer again. 2 or 3 times might be what you need.
Okay, so show us how we make these covers.
Okay, so you can make a cover for any size. So some smaller covers, bigger covers, it's all the same idea. We're going to be using an iPad. And what I do is I usually take the sweater and lay it out and figure out what piece of the sweater I'm going to use. And it needs to cover it about 2.5 to 3 times. So
May I ask what are we making actually?
Oh, good question. We're making a pouch.
A
So
pouch?
it's going to end up looking a little bit like this.
Oh, that's beautiful. Look at this. Oh my goodness, I like that.
Yeah, this is actually something I
Yeah.
knitted and then felted, but then these little pouches, it's the same idea.
I see. Okay, so we're going to make that. Okay.
Okay, so you put it down on the sweater, and you're just going to roll it over. Make sure it's big enough, right? So this is more than 2.5 times. And then I usually would take a ruler or something, because I'm not really very good at crafting. I just do the easy stuff.
Well, I'm not good at math, so I don't know. This is like,
And then you get a piece of chalk and just kind of draw along the garment where you're going to cut. And you want it to be about 1/2 inch to 1 inch wider than the thing that you're cutting.
okay.
Does that make sense? And
Yes.
just cut up along it.
Right.
And then once you cut it, don't throw this away, because you
Why?
can make lots of other things with it.
Okay.
And in fact, all these things over here were made with felted sweaters.
You can
The
make new
wallet,
sweater. You
the-
can make new fashion statement with this.
A little shrug.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, put it over
Yes, your imagination
Okay.
is the only limit.
here. Okay, there you go. So go for it. Thank you. All right, so what else?
I have some other scraps. if
Okay,
you want.
I like this. This is nice.
And then you basically fold it up into a pouch. So it ends up looking, it's going to look like that, and we're just going to sew up these 2 sides.
Could you make handbags like that too?
Absolutely.
That's really lovely. I like that. All right, we have a pre-tape of this. Let's take a look with this blanket stitch that you're going to show us.
Yeah, in order to sew it up, you want to get some contrasting thread or yarn, make a knot in the end. And it can match or it can not match. It's really how you want it to look. Your first stitch, you're just going to go through the top layer, and then you're going to pull it tight and then tuck away the knot, and then go back through the same hole or close to it. But before you pull it tight now, you're going to go back through the loop, and that's your first step. And then when you take your next stitch, you go through both layers, back around through the loop,
I
just keep
see.
going like
Okay.
that.
Yes.
and then we have this one, which is just about finished.
Do you want to go ahead and show us how to finish that?
Yeah, so on the
Okay.
very, very last stitch, you basically go, you do the same stitch twice. So you go through the same hole again that you just went through. You go through the loop again like you did, pull it tight, and then to hide the tail, you just sew back into the middle of the pouch between the 2 layers. Pull that through, or attempt to, there we go.
We can have a little
And then-
tutorial on our website. Do you show everybody how to do this? 'Cause
Sure.
this is really
And
wonderful.
just tuck it away.
Okay.
And then for a closure,
And how do we keep it closed?
yeah, you can do, the little pouches have Velcro
Oh.
and have a snap.
Oh, I see.
But you could also sew a button and make like a little loop out of
Right,
a bit of
right.
cordage.
Okay.
And then for something heavy like an iPad, because I don't want it to get hurt or lost, I usually will use elastic.
This is great.
So if you
Okay, I
see,
love
this
that.
is just an elastic
Smart.
loop.
Yeah,
So
very
so
nice.
tight and then sewed to the back, and then
Thank you.
That's
This
it.
is really nice.